In this video blog, I'd like to share a few ideas with you around leadership, or at least my point of view on leadership. During the last couple of months, I've been in dozens of organizations, run into some fantastic leaders, but I've also run into a handful, just a handful of quote-unquote leaders that still believed the command and control, do as I say, not as I do. I get to order you around. I come up with the ideas, you implement them. You don't come to my office without permission or anything even close to that. They believed that that style of leadership was still effective. Well, if you look in the mirror and any of those sound like you a little bit, I want to tell you something. That style of leadership does not work anymore. It'll actually turn your people against you. It'll demotivate them, and it will decrease your effectiveness as a leader. Today, in this day and age, here's what people look for in a leader they would willingly follow. And I can tell you this because I've written a book on it. I've researched it heavily, probably read 300 or 400 books on leadership. And I just did a proprietary research project about 1.5 years ago where I reached out to 8,000 high potential employees worldwide and asked them, what are the characteristics of a leader you would willingly follow? And along the lines of this command and control, here's what I'll tell you that what they really want. They want a collaborative leader. They want someone who will treat them with respect, who will roll up their sleeves, who will get in there and do the work with them. They want someone who they respect for their competence, someone they can look at them and say, this person could do my job, maybe not as well, but pretty close, but they understand my job, and I'm willing to listen to their input and their advice because I can see that they're highly competent. They care about what they're doing. Another thing they really look for is a team player. Yes, they know you're the leader, but they don't need you to lord it over them. You don't have to constantly remind them that you're the leader, you have rank, they have to do what you tell them to do. Because really good employees will not take that. And that leads to really high turnover. What happens is anybody who doesn't think that you're competent, doesn't feel like they're being treated with respect, doesn't see you being a living example of what they're asking, what you're asking them to do, and you do this, do as I say, not as I do. It's do as I do because that's the right way to do it. If they don't see that, any employee who has enough competence, skill, and confidence will go out and find a job someplace else, leaving you only with the ones who can't get a job anyplace else. So, some of you may be watching this video and say, that's not me at all, or it might be a little uncomfortable because you see some aspects. Put all that in the past and just realize that going forward, to be an exemplary leader, one who gets the most out of their people, one who maximizes their motivation, their willingness to do extra work, their desire to do great work. What that leader needs to do is first and foremost be a living example of everything you want your people to be. So you want your people to have an ownership mentality, you want them to be proactive, you want them to be innovative, you want them to take accountability, you want them to take pride in their work, you want them to work together well, you want them to communicate well. You have to do all of that first. You live under a microscope. They watch everything you say, they see everything you do, and from that they infer what your leadership values truly are. You can say one thing, but what you do is what they watch, what they hold you accountable for. So realize that from this day forward, it's critical that you be a living example of what you want your folks to be, that you live the values of the company, that you lead by example, and that you set the stage for success by building other leaders in that model of what many people call servant leadership. Maybe not even servant, just collaborative leadership, because collaborative leadership eats command and control leadership for lunch. It's much, much better and a much more effective way to run your business. Hope you found this video helpful. Have a great day.